Hey, what's going on? This is PhilosophyPanther. Welcome to the Panther spot. A little geeked up. I got some good news, some bad news, and some ugly news. Let's start off. Alright, look. This was just brought up at work, so I wanted to throw this one back in here. Fellas, how y'all feel about this whole deal with Chris Brown? It's old, it needs to be brought back up. I'm telling you because I'm the only guy at my job that's worth a damn anyway. And it's a lot of women and they still, on that topic about, that, men just should not be touching women at all. No matter what a woman does to you, you cannot retaliate. I want to know how y'all feel about this. I'm gonna be real with you. I have my homeboy L Boogie stated real clearly, and I guess all the women gonna pay attention to this. He said, and I quote, "If you spit on me or hit me, and I don't like that shit, and it wasn't warranted because he a freak, I'm gonna make sure you never hit another person ever again that doesn't ask for it." And I'm like, whoa, that's deep. All right. Man, come on. Whether you had both parents or not, there's a vibe there. We know that we can't go hamski, right? Girl all in your face and all of this, and she spit on. Now, when she spit on me, that's when I lose my cool. All right? There you go. See, Derek, you're the same way. You spit on me, it's over. It's over. So let's talk about Riri. It's been proven that Riri cars was almost killed both of them in that car. She holding on to the wheel, beating the man all in his face, grabbing his dick while he driving, grabbing the stick, the clutch, all that stuff, all because she think that he was cheating on her. He should have did it if you ask me. All right, we got the whole story. He de-escalated as much as possible until, it's only so much a human being can take, man or female. And if you ask me personally, my view on this, there's a limit. You might get slapped really hard. I don't know if I'll mush your head into a window or anything, but if we're in a car and I'm driving and you beating me and grabbing onto this, that means you don't give a fuck about my life. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, deuces. That means you don't give a damn about my life or yours. So why am I even with you, trying to be happy with you? Nah, you good. At that point, there is no limiter. The limiter has been broken. I will exceed my limitations and forcibly try to get you out of that car because I want to go home. I got a family and I got video games. Fuck you. Now, different setting. We outside. We all cool. You do some slick shit that really get under my skin because we know it. Men, women can get under our skin. We just ain't got it. We ain't got to kill her. I just pop it. Exactly. I wouldn't, like I'm saying, I push out the car while we driving at 45 miles an hour. I'm just kidding. No, we wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Maybe like 10, just to, slow down and give the fuck. But different situation. We out in public. We wild. We out there. It's space. You have a time to walk away. She clock you or she spit on you. Here's the deal. No one wants to get spit on. It's just not, unless you into that play and you into that S&M stuff at the moment, then that's fine. But in real life, everyday life, you spit on me, that's like the worst thing. I don't know, man. I'm not saying I would completely lose it. But I don't know if I want to back off too much either and be a punk. Now, spitting, putting your hands on me, that's roughly the same thing to me. There's a time and a place for everything. My producer is a genius, by the way. But, not in a, thank you, not in a confined space, Shay. I don't know if I could do it. I got too much respect for women in general. And I got, I'm not saying that, without both parents, but my mom taught me how to use how to have emotions, you know what I'm saying? How to have empathy and sympathy and how to react to a woman. My dad taught me when to use sympathy, when to be empathetic, when to respect and disrespect, and when to walk away, not disrespect a woman obviously, but when to use your fists, when to use your emotions. Mom taught me the emotions, Daddy taught me how and when. Okay, and in that situation, if you out and about, we see it all the time in the classroom. Some women think they can get away with shit like that because they know men are conditioned and brought up to not hit women. So when we allow them to punch, we hit, etc., they feel empowered. This is a true statement. This is a true statement. And I know there are some women right now that would get on this, no matter what we do to you, you're not supposed to. Who the fuck? Am I not human? If we're doing equal rights, let's talk about equal rights. If we're talking about equal rights, equal pay, because you know the women's National Women's Day was what, yesterday, day before yesterday? Okay. If we talking about equal across the board, then equally, if you touch me, I'm gonna equally touch you. Now, it's not equal because I'm stronger than you. You want to act like a dude, I'm going to treat you like one. I love that comment. Go ahead, producer. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's not equal, and y'all have to remember this. One thing that women have over men is y'all can speak up to 45,000 words a day. I'm sure that's the extreme high, but men only get out about 4,000 a day. That means while you're talking, hey Bubbles with your ringing bell, that means you guys can talk and say more in a day than we could give a damn about. And y'all know the masterful way of being able to get into our minds. And I'll spit back on a bit and then walk away. If you're a woman enough to hit a man, then be woman enough to accept his anger and what comes with it. I believe with what Whoopi Goldberg on The View said the same thing, and everybody hated Whoopi for days. But it's like this. We're human beings, right? We're not equal. Whether you want to say we're equal, we should be equal this, that, and the third, we're not. I am stronger than you. I am stronger than most men. I'm damn sure stronger than most women. Well, most men and women I know. Okay, I can't say the whole world, but let's be real about this. So if you slap me and I slap you back, and guess what? My slap is going to be harder than yours. I mean, are we talking about I have to lower my power level? Since I'm talking like we're Dragon Ball Z. Should I lower my power level and slap the shit out of you? Or should I walk away and feel like a bitch and have emotions and problems going on in my own mind and soul, and then see a tweet later on saying men should open up more. They should have more emotions, this, that, and the third. Don't treat men like they ain't supposed to have emotions. But yet we have to play by the different set of rules. So if you look at it from Chris Brown's point of view, look, I don't know if he should have smushed her face into the damn windshield or the window as many times as it takes for her to get knots on her face or whatever the case is. But I'm sure in that moment, he did whatever he thought was right to keep both of them alive, probably. Now, I shouldn't have to say that because y'all know who the hell I am. I don't advocate for nobody hitting on nobody. Okay? And especially if you just out and randomly hit women because you feel empowered, fuck you. They should hang you upside down by your toes, take a hot machete and cut you down from your genitals down to your chest. Fuck you. Leave you hanging right next to pedophiles. Both man and female pedophiles. Fuck that. No, you don't just hit women for no... I know there's men in the world who just do that shit. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Fuck the male pedophiles that always get caught on Dateline or whatever that show is, and they'll be eating cookies and shit. And fuck them females pedophiles too that no one ever talks about because they're all fucking teachers. They get off after school, get off because they see a little black boy who look like a grown man that could probably fuck like their 30-year-old husband.
No. No. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready.
And then next round, they just lose their teacher's license but don't go to jail. Fuck that bullshit. You're right. He shouldn't have went to jail by himself. His career shouldn't have been shattered by itself. Okay? Hers should have. But I'm happy for her. She's got a dynamic glow up. Okay? Her Fendi line, is it Fendi? Is it Fendi? Not Fendi. Fenty. There you go, Fenty. I keep saying Fenty or Vent. Something like that. Y'all know her makeup line is boss as fuck. Okay? And she's finna go let out a lingerie line too. Glow up. I'm all for empowerment of black people, but I'm also for equal rights. Both of them should have went to jail. Both of them should have had their career shattered by the public court of public appeal. You know, they always take men to jail because of the rule. You're right. You're right. When men and women go to court, it's close to 70-75% of the time, whether it's a man or a female, woman or a male judge, that they will vote in the form of in the opinion for the woman. That it will always go down like that. It's not right. But here's the thing: if you do what you're supposed to do, men, there is a light. There is a light. It's just a long, arduous, long journey of a light until you hit that light, and then the judge in the court. So you got to prove about a year, 2-3 years worth of you being a great father in order to get your kids from a mom who gets her benefits from the government. Stop me when I'm lying. I'll wait. Exactly. Okay. So with that being said, 7 out of 10. You're right. It's a good 70%. If there's a fight outside, 70% of the time a man will go to jail. The woman will be at the house, and now she's got to make up some story so it don't look like she, she had any hand in it at all. All right. The thing about it is, though, man, there is a balance. Okay. You have to know how to control your emotions. You have to, okay? And I don't know where you learn it from. Like I said, I learned it from my dad, okay? When to be emotional, when not to be emotional, okay? So I'm saying, as far as the people who've been talking shit about Chris Brown, all right, fuck y'all, all right? Let this man live and get he's got the power, okay? The man just dropped the album with 45 fucking songs on it, okay? And the shit was, and I listened to every single one of them. And I'm a dude. Bruh, that shit, he's got the power to blow himself back up, okay? Let him live his life. That was 10 years ago, 45 years ago. I don't know how long ago it was. Let that shit slide. Next guy, let's talk about Bruno Mars. Ooh, Black Twitter been hammering. I got on there. I was supposed to take a nap. My producers and makeup and then everybody else in charge kind of locked me into my room so I could go to sleep. So my eyes don't be red, but they're going to be red by the end of the show anyway. But I was on there tweeting a little bit before. Look, I fell asleep at some point. Don't be mad at me, okay? And I'm looking to try to figure out what is going on Twitter. Why everybody going for Bruno Mars right now? They are saying that he is a culture vulture. He is Twitter's next culture vulture. What do y'all feel about that? Bruno Mars all his music is based off of older generations from 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 2000. All of their music, and it's black infused music. How do y'all feel? Do y'all think that he is a culture vulture? Let me see what y'all got to say while I sip on a little bit of this water. That's what I'm drinking for the next 24. I'm on a 24-hour fast, nothing but water. Got to clear out this system here. Who gives a fuck? Apparently all of Twitter does. You're talking about 1.6 million people supposedly mad at each other when it comes to Bruno Mars. But let me give you my point on it. I think personally,
you need to shut the fuck up.
Okay? One thing Bruno does before he releases an album, and even after he releases an album, and during all of his interviews, he says, my music is influenced by, he'll say a name, a group, a race, or something, and you'll understand that, he's like, I'm giving props to these people that came before me, because if it wasn't for them, I couldn't make the music y'all getting down to right now. Y'all get the fuck off Bruno Mars. The boy is half Hawaiian, half Puerto Rican. If y'all don't know what that is, that's black and black, because Puerto Ricans are, anyway, y'all get the point. The boy, damn near, he's part of the African diaspora. Get off his nuts. It's not like, he was some Australian woman that sounded Australian and then turns around and comes here and sounds like a straight nigga when she start rapping. Y'all know I'm talking about Iggy. Fucking Iggy. Okay? And I love that shit. Right. Exactly. Leave that man alone. Ain't no Bruno Mars are the same ones that like Lil Pump, 69, Post Malone. Yeah, let's talk about that. Fuck a Post Malone. Everybody knows I hate him. I can't stand Post Malone. He looked like the the dude who's not smart enough to handle the cashier and the lunch line at the cafeteria. So he back there, he bagged the garbage, he does the dishes, and every once in a while when they need a hand, then he'll put some poking beans on your plate or some shit. Fuck a Post Malone, because he don't like hip hop either. He says so. Don't call him a rapper. Okay, and then if you're looking for emotions and direction and guidance, don't look to hip hop or rap. And that's full of bullshit, because we have Lauryn Hill. We've had plenty of people that direct and gave us great stories that touch to our emotions and stuff. Even in some of this new shit, you find a story sometimes. I think Kodak Black was talking about some deep shit. But you can like this, and it is what it is. I like to give props when it's due. You know what I'm saying? He pays homage, okay? And like I said, he's not like Iggy. Iggy comes from Australia, sounds like an Australian, gets some fat booty injections, and I can't prove it or disprove it, but I saw a picture before, and she looked like Square Bob Nikki before she got in, and now all of a sudden, she come over here last year, y'all all over this white girl fat ass. Fuck y'all. She sound like Eve. Eve should smack the shit out of her for biting her style, and she need to go back to Australia. That's a culture vulture. It's not like he's going and he's braiding his hair. Yeah, he is a real fuck. I can't really stand Kodak either, but there's 2 songs where he's talking about, you know, all that real woke shit, like the what's the shit with the planes, all the I don't know what I'm talking about, just environment and control and all that other shit. But like I'm saying, back on, it's not like he's braiding his hair and saying these are Bo Derek braids, some white woman from the 1920s who stole the braids from some black woman braided her hair for. Those are regular bottles, man. Those are braids. Get the fuck out of here, man. Remember that time she took a picture with her nails? What's that bitch name? Kardashian? There you go. Took a picture with her nails and then put a rating through this shit and talking about, oh, this shit is fresh, and then every white woman ran, especially the Huffington Post news outlet was like, oh my God, these are the newest. And I'm like, bitch, Janet Jackson did that with Busta Rhymes. Gonna make your body wet. Man, get off that shit, man. Y'all get the fuck off my boy Bruno Mars. Alright, y'all need to eat a dick. Y'all stop. There are other culture vultures, but I tell you this one thing. There are more culture vultures in the world, more white women culture vultures than there are white men. I can only name 2. That's Justin Timberlake and Post Malone. Like 2 real culture vultures. The other ones are just dumb and they following whatever comes in, what's easy to follow. We're talking about the little pumps, the Nintendo 64, whatever that rapper's name is. All of these other cats that come in, they're not paying homage. He didn't even pay no respect to Allen Iverson. Who didn't? Who didn't pay respect to Allen Iverson? But I'm saying, we have more female culture vultures. So women, I need y'all to start addressing these motherfuckers. Yesterday was Women's Rights Day, or not a rights day, but like International Women's Day. I needed some of y'all sisters to check them white girls that y'all was talking to. Y'all was all buddy with yesterday. There's some shit in there, you know, and hell, even the white girls that's watching, all of y'all need to check some of y'all friends. Go, hey, listen, Becky, it's not right, okay? You talk shit about black people and call them thugs, but then at night, I have to cover for you and tell your dad that you're not sucking black cock when you really are. You know what? You need to go and dress these motherfuckers. Anyway, I'm done with that shit. All right, because fuck Post Malone and fuck Justin Timberlake too. What do I think of Logic? Logic, I don't think of him. Let me tell you why I don't think of him. Because he's an anomaly. Just because you're an anomaly doesn't mean you get to fit into my category. He's not in my equation. Yes, his dad is black, his mom is white. You know what? She's just what I just said a second ago. She's a white woman who hates black men but likes black cock. Sounds like a Kardashian to me. Okay, alright, so he comes out, you're right, he didn't give, Post Malone didn't give credit to Allen Iverson, White Iverson, I remember the song now. But you know what, Logic, I'm not a super fan of Logic. I'm just not. I've heard his music. I'm not saying he sucks. He's okay. He's pretty good. If I give him between a 1 and 5, like, you know, legend status, let's go between 1 and 5. I give him a 3. He's good. He's okay. But he's not a culture vulture. Again, he's an anomaly. Okay? It's not his fault he was born mixed, but what he does address the situation that he does go through a level of he has to listen to a level of racism from his own parents. But he doesn't go out there and just be flossing like he is black, like he's of the culture of black people. He raps, he goes out there, he does his thing, he respects the culture. That's why he gets 3 out of 5 for me. And he keeps getting better. He can get up to the 4 and 5 where M is. That's just the bottom line. I'm not a fan, but I ain't no hater of him either. Alright, fuck Justin Timberlake. I know I said that 3 other times. And y'all know why. He flashed a titty. What's her name? Janet Jackson's titty. He did that shit. Not her, but she got thrown under the bus. Meanwhile, he comes up and does another Super Bowl. And I swear to God, if Prince were able to come back to life, he'd smack the shit out of Justin Timberlake with that ugly ass outfit he had on for the Super Bowl. That's neither here nor there though. Alright? So, let's talk about some stuff I like. I like some fun shit. Let's talk about some good shit. I always talk about negative shit. He does have messages, and I like that about him. Yeah, that's true. He does. That's talking about logic. But let's get into some positive shit. Guess who just won? Like a come from behind bout in tennis. We're talking about Serena Williams today. Serena Williams, she's been off for like 14 months, right? A 14-month layover. Why? Because the last time she won, she was pregnant. Tell me this isn't the epitome of Superwoman. She goes and wins her last, I guess, I don't know, was it Wimbledon? Her last game, and she won the last championship with a baby inside her, goes off for 14 months, comes back and beats this woman. What's her name? It don't even matter, but I'm going to try to respect this girl. Serena Diaz, 7'5", 6'3". Tell me that shit ain't dope. But y'all got to give Serena her props, okay? Serena is bad. God, she wasn't white. She wasn't dating a white guy. Serena, I loved you. You know who I really thought Serena was going to end up being with? Jamie Foxx. After those little skits at the ESPYs, I think, where he did the little, can I be your tennis ball? Yo, I swear I thought that was going to be it. But, you know, hey, to each his own. I ain't mad. You know, I just... Serena, thank you, baby. Anyway, back. Oh, so how about this? I don't know what the new numbers for it is yet, but as of the weekend, last weekend up till I think Tuesday, Black Panther hit $920 million worldwide. Now, I know there's a lot of haters out there, and I have some ideas and thoughts behind why people as a whole have spent so much money on this, but it's going to open up live in China soon. And you know Chinese people love black people. We all look like Michael Jordan. So it's poised to hit $1 billion this weekend. My opinion of the movie? Baddest fucking movie I've seen in a long, long time. I know people who've seen the movie 5 times. In 3D. With 15 people with them. But you know, the argument always is, you know, what could we have done with that money, you know, in the black community? And I get it, because we play around too much as black people. We play too much. We always want something to make us feel good because misery sucks. Poverty sucks. I get it. But every once in a while, sometimes you do have to hear it. Like, look, we could do something. If we could put all that money into a movie, okay, and we get paid. Y'all didn't do this straight off your taxes. Now y'all did some of this shit out your pocket. A lot of y'all can get together and try to open up a grocery store or something like that. But with that being said, this movie was fucking amazing. As soon as it comes out on DVD, I'm buying copies, and I'm gonna buy a few copies for some other people. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is use the Patreon money that I'm getting every month. I'm gonna put a little link right down here, probably right down here because I'm a producer, it's dope like that. You can go to patreon.com/the Panther Spot. Become part of the Panther Nation. Help me, please. Now, I wasn't going to say help me, help you. No, I was going to help me, because I want to grow this podcast. I need, some of y'all actually seen how I record. It was a little embarrassing, but anyway, there will be a sequel. We know this is going to be a sequel. It's going to be dope as fuck, by the way. But I want to get DVDs for other people that I know who literally could not afford to go, who are working literally, I know, 6-7 days a week, try to rush home and fix their kids a plate. And I'm talking about some single fathers I know and some single moms and some people who just didn't do their homework that go around saying bye Felicia and don't know how to spell it. So what I want to do is get, use my Patreon income, and I want to buy a couple of these when they come out. Matter of fact, I may give some away. Once they go on DVD, I'm just going to give a few of them away and then give some to some other people. If y'all want to help me get as many as I possibly can, join my Patreon, join the Panther Nation. It's only $1 a month. It's just $1 a month. It's 99 cents. It's in your couch. Y'all can do that. Help me grow this nation, and then we can move on from there. I appreciate it. Let's see. Let's get back in this because, I got some hateful shit. Y'all know I think about negative shit. Wait, I lied. I take it back. No. I'm lying again. Let's go to this. Teachers. What's up with y'all? How y'all feel about teachers with guns? I know it's an older topic that I meant to talk about it last time, but with the Orange and Chief, he's been talking about giving the teachers the right to bear arms in the classroom. From my point of view, I'm gonna be honest with you, I would get shot if I was still in high school, okay, with my mouth. Okay, and the attitude that I came with when I knew that it is dangerous, then I knew I was right, the teacher would have shot me by now. I'd be dead. Because there's already been instances where teachers have shot other students. Y'all just gotta Google it and look it up. It's old as fuck.
A Georgia high school teacher faces 4 felony charges after police say he fired a gun on campus and barricaded himself in a classroom. Officers arrested 53-year-old Jesse Randall Davidson at a high school in Dalton, Georgia, Wednesday. Police say Davidson blocked students from entering his classroom, locked the door, and fired a single shot. He was arrested after a standoff lasting about 30 to 45 minutes.
I wouldn't want to be that teacher. And there's always going to be that one teacher that hate niggas, kind of like the lady who just came out and said she was a white supremacist and that, she teaches her class, as much as she can, about white supremacy and all that other great stuff. But you're going to have these teachers who are going to be popping every kid because they don't know how to tolerate and deal and connect with kids, especially kids in the inner city, blacks and Hispanics. Know how I know? Because most of these teachers that are coming out of the woodworks from nowhere, that comes to Florida, that go to California, that go to Texas, that go to Georgia, that go to New York, where there's a heavy concentration of black and Hispanic people, they're always in the middle of the country. Where they have the highest rate of food stamps and SNAP. They come out of those states and they come to these outer states and they become teachers, and let me turn that. There we go. And they become teachers and they don't know how to deal with little black and Hispanic boys, and so they get sent to detention, they get ISS, they put them on Ritalin, say they got a mental problem. That's a whole nother story. I don't think you should give any of these goddamn teachers guns. This is what you do. Nope, hate it. Just another way to say that they felt their life was threatened. Exactly. This is what you do. All right, let's start with AR-15s. With the AR-15, all right, ban that shit. Now, I'm going to say ban it. When I say ban it, a 15-point system that takes you months, if not a year almost, to get you a gun, all right? I think that if we go through that whole system, all right, as civilians, we're going to be able to, you're going to weed out the ones who can't get a gun, because they do heavy psychological and physical training and testing. So you have to take time out your job, out of your day, your weekend be gone, maybe your weekday. You got to come out of your job just so you can go to this training class for your gun. All right, a lot of people ain't gonna do that. And I know damn sure black folks ain't gonna do that. We didn't want to do that shit. Y'all parents didn't want to do that shit to come see us during school if we act up. You think we gonna do that for a gun? Probably not. All right. Now, that's only if you want to go through that whole step. Okay, the next step I would think is, if that doesn't work, I think the only people on the planet that should have an AR-15 are active military. Okay, not ex-military that become police officers, and damn sure not police officers, because they're already scared as it is. They look down and see their black shadow and they shoot at it. So we definitely don't want to give police officers AR-15s. But we can give active military their stuff, because they're trained to de-escalate a situation before they pull the trigger. That's just basic training. I know this because my dad told me. There's plenty of military people who, have told me about all of this and what's going on. They would be better. But here's how you protect these kids, right? You get those people who are retired from the military, honorable discharge, but can still physically move and stuff like that. And you hire them to protect. You only need three special ops who just done. They're done. Give them the guns that they need and give them a job to protect the schools. And I can guarantee you, okay, make sure they're not linked with local law enforcement. They're their own different brand. And I guarantee you won't have another school shooting. And if you do, they won't make it on campus, because that's military training. Okay, you do not need one if you are not currently serving in the military. Right. But what if I get curious? I've shot an AR-15 before. It's pretty fun. I don't need it. All I need is these twin cannons and a shotgun, and that's all I really need. Now, and then also for to get, that's for the AR-15 stuff. But to get just a regular gun, I think there shouldn't be. The bump stock thing, that I don't know. I'm not into all of that. I don't know. All I know is that it should take you a long time to get your gun. And you should be going through all kinds of training, both psychological and physical, and testing. Because if you don't pass that psychological test, you know, fuck you. You don't get one. Because and IQ test too. Because I learned recently, and I heard some other ex-police officers try to tell me this wasn't true. But then I found the exact evidence that it is true. That if you are too smart, they will not hire you as a police officer. Your IQ is too high. They want you to be dumb enough to not critically think for yourself. Just pull the gun and shoot the person in front of you, and then move on. But if you're too smart and you can come up and think on your own, that means you're bound to disobey orders. And they can't have that in the police department. So that's just a little side thing. Anyway, with that being said, one of my favorite things, I want to end this tonight with one of my favorite thoughts, okay? I've been thinking about this since I've been up in North Carolina, okay? My wife is coming home, okay? This ties into two different things. I'll be going up to get my wife on the 21st and bring her home on the 22nd. It is the most elaborate kidnapping from a hospital that I'll ever do in my life, okay? Okay, it's not really kidnapping. Cigna just won't pay for her to be in the hospital anymore. Huh. And we're the greatest country in the world, aren't we? No, I don't think so. Not so great that your insurance company says, no, you pay us a great amount every month. It's just that we don't want to pay for your hospital bills anymore. There's a maximum. What kind of fuck shit is that? She's progressing so well in physical therapy and rehab. Now she has to come home. I have to come up with a way to get us from the airport to the home, up a flight of stairs. I had to buy a EMS stair chair, which is, I shouldn't have to do all that. We have to plan how to get her from the hospital wake med to the airport. We got to go through the whole system of getting her in a seat and all this other stuff, because driving just isn't happening. Yeah, fuck Cigna. Driving just isn't happening, okay? Because that's 14 hours easy, because every stop, we could put a catheter in, and there's a lot of different things, but there's so many different roadblocks, excuse my language, to bringing her home via driving than there is a quick hour and 10 minute, hour, 20 minute flight. So I'm working on all of that, and she's excited. I can hear in her voice on the phone. She's still suffering from short-term memory loss, but it's improving every time I talk to her. I can hear her remembering things that we talked about at the beginning of the conversation, as opposed to a month and a half ago, she forgot. She didn't know who the fuck I was by the end of the conversation. So I'm excited about that. And the reason why I brought that up is because I'm also excited about what I ran into while I was up there. When I was up there last week, was it last week? No, I think it was last week. I was up there. I went to a CVS or a Walgreens. They're all the same to me. And I walked in there and I saw this box water that just said just water. And I'm like, my wife taught me about couponing, so I got 2 of these coupons. I can get 9 of these things for $1. So for y'all at home, that was me just pulling all the just waters out of the refrigerator and carrying them up, about 9 or 10 of them, in my chest and dropping them right there in front of the counter. Now, why I was proud of that was because then I had heard earlier, not even earlier that day, that Will and Jaden actually owns the higher percentage of Just Water. They own that. I believe they own the company together, but it is Jaden Smith's company. And what they're going to do with that water, obviously, is they're already millionaires. They could easily become billionaires because it is water. They are pledging to continue every day sending just water to the people in Flint, Michigan, who are still suffering. We're over 1,400 days. 1,400 days of having poisonous, metal-filled, mercury-filled, garbage-filled water. Okay, and they're pledging to send them water until the mercury and the metals and all the levels, the chemical levels have decreased to a level where they're bearable, and or the system has changed altogether. Big hats off to Jaden, because I know he's a little weird for me, but it's all good. He did the moonwalk and it wasn't bad looking, so big ups, and big ups to Will for moonwalking out of his slippers on his Instagram. Y'all should check out both their Instagrams, especially Will. If y'all looking for some motivation and figuring out how to deal with relationships and love, Will Smith is on point. He's about to go bungee jumping out of a plane for some white boys, which I still don't understand. But with that shit right there, I'm done. We got to go edit this shit. I am done. So what we're going to do tonight, listen, ladies and gentlemen, black folks, listen, white folks, listen, I love y'all. I love all of y'all equally. I really do. I am biased to black folks, so I have to tell y'all a little something by the end of this video. Listen, black folks, if you can't do it every day, oh God, do it once a week. If you can't do it once a week, try to do it once a month. Do it as often as you can every year. Please always think, act, buy black. I love you guys. Don't forget all the links and all that other stuff. SoundCloud, Patreon, YouTube. Find me on Instagram, philosophy_panther. Do all that stuff. Give me some love. What's up, Rod? You get a moment, check out Rod Shepard as well. He's got a podcast going on. And big ups to everybody who's been on the show. I love you guys. Have a good night. Mwah.
Bitch, sit down.
Nobody wait for me. You may not dance with me.